Among the 74 mitzvos we find in this week's Parsha is the story of the wayward son, the Ben Sorer Umore, the child that appears to be so evil that the Gemara says, Yamus Zakai Va'al Yamus Chova. Better we kill this child now before he begins to transgress even more serious sins. That is the Ben Sorer Umor. In fact, Rashi quotes the Gemara and says, based on what we just described, Ben Sorer Umore Nidon al Shem Sofo, that the Ben Sorer Umor, the wayward son, is judged not where he is now, but where he will be in the future. And all the commentaries are bothered with one fundamental problem. If you look at the story of Yishmael, God says that he heard the voice of Yishmael ba'asher husham. God hearkened to the voice of Yishmael based on where he was now. And Rashi himself makes the comment that people are judged where they are now, not where they are going to be in the future. Which begs the question, then why do we have a case of a Ben Sorer Umor that we put to death, capital punishment, not based on anything they did now, but what they will do in the future? And all the commentaries have different explanations. Many different answers are given to explain this question. However, I just saw today a fascinating response, fascinating idea from the Kotzker Rebbe. The Kotzker Rebbe explains that you're reading it wrong. The Ben Sorer Umore has two issues. Not only is he a Ben Sorer, not only is he someone that has started to go off the path, he has turned away from his traditions, from the values that he was brought up with and raised with, but now he has also been moreh. He has been teaching others about these wayward behaviors, and now others are sinning because of him. So yes, these sins may not be on that grave of a level to be deserving of death right now, but because of the fact that he's moreh, it's time. All of us are sorer. In some ways, we veer off the path. We're not perfect. We make mistakes. We're human. But moreh, to teach others to sin, to lead others astray, that is an unforgivable sin. In fact, the Medrash tells us, Hamachtio avera gedola yoser mehahorgo, that causing someone to sin is worse than killing another person. That's a very bold statement and explains the Medrash. When you kill someone, and hard to put this into context, it's bothersome, but when you kill someone, at least the person who was killed, and you have blood on your hands, at least the person that was killed will merit the world to come. But when you cause someone to sin, you are killing them in this world, and you are also killing them in the next world, because you are not giving them a pathway to make it into Olam Haba. The responsibility that we have as human beings, not simply to ourselves, because we will falter, but the responsibility that we have as human beings to others to ensure that we don't lead them astray is immense. That is our responsibility. Obviously, the Ben Sorer Umore, someone who can be More, is in a position of influence, is in a position of leadership. And when you take that position and you abuse it, that's unforgivable. All of us, in one way or another, are in positions of leadership. It may just be in our homes, it may be in our classrooms, it may be in our offices, it may be in our shuls. Anyone, while they're in their position of leadership, most certainly have an epic responsibility to ensure that the values that they espouse and pass down to the next generation are ones that are moral, that are following the Torah and mitzvos, and those that bring nachas to their family, to Klal Yisrael, and to all of humanity. Let us endeavor to continue to be those positive role models to others. As we know, you're only as good as the company you keep. Let us all, as leaders, as influencers, ensure that the company we keep and the people that we influence is great, is moral, is at the highest standards that we can reach. Have a wonderful Shabbos.